For the 7-2 work together, we have 4 tasks. The first task being the balance sheet heading. So that's one of the 4 parts of the balance sheet. Row 1 is always the company name. So we have All Pro Painters. Row 2 is always the form that we're creating. So this would be the balance sheet. Row 3, we have our date. Remember that the date is slightly different for the balance sheet. We no longer say 4-month ended. We just say April 30th, 20, and then 2 dashes. So we do not have to have 4-month ended for the balance sheet. Next, we need to select the types of accounts that go into the balance sheet. So we need to make sure that all of our assets are included, our liabilities, and our owner's equity. And then the rest of these you can list as neither. They would be our revenue and our expenses. So now we have our balance sheet created with the assets, liability, and owner's equity. Now we need to take our values from the worksheet and put them into the balance sheet. So we are going to be using numbers just from the balance sheet columns over here on the far right and transferring them into our balance sheet. So the cash value, $4,750. Petty cash, $75. These are all coming directly from our worksheet down into the balance sheet. 2 accounts receivable amounts, $825 and $715. Supplies, $110. Prepaid insurance, $320. Next, we have our liabilities. So our liabilities that we have, Belmont Supplies, $275. Burger Paints, $490. And then finally, our owner's equity amount. Remember, we cannot just take this capital amount straight from the worksheet. We have to use our owner's equity equation, which takes into effect our capital, our drawing, and our net income or net loss. So as you remember, our equation is our capital amount plus net income, which we have on ours, minus the drawing. So the first amount we'd have, our capital amount, we do $3,500 plus our net income, $3,730 minus our drawing, $1,200. Add in your calculator, $3,500 plus our net income, $3,730 minus $1,200. And the amount we need to put into our balance sheet is $6,030. So that was step 3. All we needed to do was get the amounts in there. Now step 4, we are going to do the totals to make sure that our balance sheet balances. So you're going to need a calculator for sure on this section to go through and add up all of our assets. On the left side of our balance sheet, all of our assets equals $6,795. We need to add up our liabilities. So we have 2 liability amounts, $275 plus $490. So our total liabilities is $765. And we want our liabilities and owner's equity. So we're going to take our total liabilities, $765 plus that $6,030, and we have $6,795, which is perfect. Our assets, $6,795, and our liabilities and owner's equity, $6,795. So our balance sheet balances. And that is work together 7-2.